God is in the detail. This is a tip that I received from a brilliant improv coach from a troupe called Blue Velveeta back in the 90s, Jay Leggett. He ended up being on In Living Color and, made it out of Chicago. It was pretty fun to study with him. And it was long form, so we were really focusing on character development. And God is in the detail is something he said is if you have a character in mind, flush it out, write it down. So I had, for instance, a character I was working on named Esther. She was a all-night DJ at a jazz station, and I just had fun. I had a notebook filled with character ideas, and I would write down specifics like what brand of cigarette she smoked, how she dressed, what her relationships were like in her life, and having fun with it. And then he encouraged play with it. Again, we're talking about improv is making up in the moment, just like children do. So don't take it too seriously. And, I never created dialogue because that's not the point. You want to keep things fresh in the moment. And if you have character dialogue pre-thought and then you bring it into a scene, it usually backfires because again, like I mentioned yesterday, the whole point is playing off of the last word that the person said. You're listening to them intently. So some other ways that I practiced this was in front of a mirror and, messing around with friends, just having this voice and this person come alive within me. It's like alter egos that you can play around with also. A lot of characters tend to be archetypes. So it's a really fun thing to work on. And it can affect your personal life too. Intentions, big thing is intentional living. And an example I used to give to my class that I was, teaching was my son. And when he was 3, he would wake up and he'd say, I am Superman. And he'd put on his cape and he would grab his, accoutrements for the day, and he believed it. So that's the whole point is when you're up on stage or in life, commit to who you are or what you're getting across in a scene. It's hard to separate, life imitates art, art imitates life. So that's my tip for today.